Scarlet Nexus, one of the most boring good games I've ever played. Scarlet Nexus is a 16-hour-long action JRPG where you play as either Kasane or Yuito. I had to look up their names before I wrote this review, because that's how little I cared about this game's story. And keep in mind, I played with these characters for 16 hours. The story seems to be very hit and miss, which isn't necessarily a good thing considering half of the game is voice dialogue comic-styled cutscenes. I'm not exaggerating. You spend just as much time sitting, waiting for the action to happen as you do actually playing. Some seem to love the story. I, however, was bored out of my mind. Basically, you're part of a group of people with special powers. The government is after your brains. You're losing or have lost your memories. Something about spaghetti noodles coming from the sky. You're on the government's hit list. And you gotta stop these moon people from destroying Earth. If you're not in a government conspiracy, half this game, this is now an 8-hour action JRPG. It thankfully is a blast to play through. You have telekinesis and a sword. You can slice enemies up, as well as throw objects and use the environment to do massive damage. And as you progress the game, you unlock new abilities, which seems to never stop. Tutorials will pop up literally the entirety of the game's campaign. But as you make it through the story, more characters will join your party, and you're able to borrow their powers as you take on these moon creatures known as others. You can use fire powers, invisibility, dashing, electric, super speed, dashing, and work up your skill tree to the point that you can stack these abilities, all on cooldown. This is when the game is at its best, taking down enemies and bosses. Is the gameplay good enough to justify a purchase on its own though? No. Scarlet Nexus is insanely repetitive. You're just going around these very Japanese game-styled maps, getting locked into areas, clearing them and moving on. You'll see a lot of repeat areas, not even counting the optional bonding missions you can do with each of this game's characters. So you rarely come to a cool new area begging to be explored. And even if you did, there is no exploration incentive. The gear and weapons here are awful. You won't find new weapons, you just buy them from a shop that thankfully just shows up in these dungeons. You don't have to fast travel to a hub or wait until a mission is over to buy consumables. But these 5 weapons for each character you buy just will show up the deeper you get into the game. And you buy them and equip them, that's about as deep as the loot system goes. If the sound of a government conspiracy trying to steal the brains of these kids with crazy powers doesn't excite you, there is no reason to pick this one up. While I found the story to be painfully slow, drawn out, and boring, others are liking it. And for those people, Scarlet Nexus offers a good package. In 16 plus hours you'll really enjoy. You might even enjoy it enough to play through it twice for both sides of the story. And after you do complete the game, you can start your second run with all your stats and upgrades. For me though, I could barely manage the story the first time around. I give Scarlet Nexus a 7 out of 10. If you played Scarlet Nexus, tell me what you thought about it down in the comment section below. If you haven't played it, tell me if you plan on picking it up. Thumbs up. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram at Superkengaming. Thanks for watching. Of course, stay beautiful.
About time you told me the truth, Kagero. What? You knew? I knew you wouldn't tell me the truth if I didn't do this. And I did actually want to beat you up.
You thought that video was good? Ha! You should probably watch this video. The very video that's on your screen right now that YouTube hand-selected for you out of all my thousands of videos. This is the one that I want you to watch next. And make sure you're subscribed because I'm not a genie or anything, but I'm pretty sure you get 42 years of bad luck if you made it this far into my video and you're not subscribed. You don't have to subscribe. I'm just looking out for you. I'm just looking out for your luck and your life.